Hello and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. We're gonna do some more of the story and see what we can get up to today. Don't remember where we're up to. Yes, let's go, see what we can do. Have some fun, maybe bond with some characters a bit more. I think we're about to just go for the big rift. Maybe. Maybe. But I'm not sure. Oh no, I just woke up. Yeah, alright. Now I remember. I just woke up. Thanks. I mean, that really makes me feel better. Um, what? Yeah, now she looks better.
That's her. That.
No, I gotta go straight to the chantry. Because no one else is around yet. Ooh, what's this? Andraste Hanamabari? Well, that's news to
That's
me.
She stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
I sure did. And still they don't appreciate me. Well, when I say they, I mean him, Roderick.
Have you gone completely mad?
Just listen to them
She should be taken
argue.
to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe she is guilty.
The elf failed, Seeker. The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, she intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor, as is
Uh-huh.
yours.
Yeah, so book up.
Chain her! I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
Uh-huh. Go on. Bye-bye.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yeah, see?
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect,
Yes.
You, and many others.
but not the prisoner.
Nah,
I
not
heard
me.
the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
So you've changed your mind about me?
I was wrong. Perhaps I still am. I will not, however, pretend you were not exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The thing I like about
The breach
Cassandra is,
remains,
yes, maybe
and
she
your
thinks
mark
we're
is still our
guilty,
only hope of
but
closing
she
it.
knows we're the
This
only
is
ones
not
that can
for
help.
you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
Yes, we will. And there's nothing you can do about it. So go on. Bye-bye. March off.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
I want to help.
If you're truly trying to restore order,
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Yep, we're gonna help. And then what else can we do? We have to do something. We can't just leave it all to go away on its own, because it's not going to. I'm sure that's Redcliffe. Or maybe Ferelden. I don't know. No, that's gotta be Redcliffe. This is Redcliffe. That must have been Denerim. Maybe. I mean, maybe he's just concerned, and I get it, but something has to be done. You need to take action in these moments. I think that was just the intro to this whole thing. We've still got a lot to get through. So we're here, we're 3, we're in where? Is this armor I'm wearing better? Oh, we need this back on. We need the best armor we can get, and I want to speak to some people.
do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach?
If you're here to clean, Hess can get you a bucket and a broom. Anyone calls you knife here, come to me. Oh, you're her. Thrin, Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Right, I've spoke to you. I want to speak to everyone I can. Isn't Liliana meant to be in here? Or was I just imagining the whole thing? No Liliana yet? Speak to Farrick.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I don't even want to think about how many lives were lost on that mountaintop.
Yeah.
A lot of good men and women didn't make it out of there. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
Doesn't help that he knew Anders and everything, and I guess that's haunting him too. But we do need to close the breach.
The sooner the better.
If it can be sealed, you might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going.
I'll just
Heroes
leave.
are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
I still want to speak to you.
Something.
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Where are the rest of Hawke's associates now?
Merrill decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though.
I love Fenris.
Isabella went back to the raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Sebastian went back to Starkhaven. I'm sure he's boring all sorts of people there.
I did not like
Aveline is still
Sebastian.
guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she
Loved
quit her job.
Aveline. Aveline was
Need something?
amazing.
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
What happened to the mage who destroyed the Kirkwall Chantry? The book never said.
He fled Kirkwall with the mages from the Circle. Stayed with them a while, but he had to move on. Somehow a lot of mages blamed him for making them live as fugitives.
Well then.
I don't know where he is now, and I don't want to know.
That's fair.
In the book, you say that first Enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses. How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you? Well, I can't tell you how. For the why, all I can say is he was desperate.
There's no way Hawke really could have killed the Arashok. It would have started a war with the Kunari.
You
I
would
was
think.
told later that the Kunari disavowed his actions. Apparently, the Arashok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the wrecked dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again."
Makes sense.
As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's version of an apology.
The thing with the Canary and Kirkwall was a mess.
Carry
Everybody knows that. I still want to speak to you. I'm not done. We've asked about Hawke.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Are you from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods, businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
If you've run a spy network, why is Leliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master.
That's fair.
The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in money lenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
Nice talk from a guy who locked... Nice talk about your brother who locked her in the deep roads at one point.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. There's a hidden shop in Kirkwall called the Black Emporium. I found her in a barrel labeled swag. The owner sold her to me for a ham sandwich and a pair of yellow ruffled pants.
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that is?
I'm sure he has a reason. Yeah.
It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
There's still one more question I have to ask him.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Oh, we did ask everything.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
So the last question to ask is about Red Lyrium?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
Which is a good reason for...
and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. It also turned Kirkwall's Knight Commander to lyrium. Everyone's been kept at least 100 paces from it since.
How did the red lyrium get in the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I don't know. So as far as I knew, the only piece to make it to the surface was destroyed. And the location of the thaig it came from is a secret. Did someone find more of it in the Deep Roads? That's not a cheery thought.
It's really not.
I think that's enough on red lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject.
Which is fair. Totally fair. Right, I need to find out where. So that's it. He's over here. So if I go this way, we'll come across Solus. I think it's important to talk to everybody. I want to start formatting bonds after all.
The chosen of Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
I didn't ask for this, but someone has to find a way to seal the breach.
Spoken nobly indeed.
Yeah, thanks.
You think I'm mocking you? This age has made people cynical. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in
I've never
ancient ruins and
romanced Solus
battlefields
before.
to
In
see the
fact, I've never
dreams of
got
lost
far enough in this
civilizations.
game to romance
I've
anybody,
watched as
so
hosts of spirits clash
this'll
to
be a new
reenact the bloody past
experience.
in ancient wars, both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins. Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
Really?
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay then. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate mage surrounded by chantry forces, and unlike you, I do not have a divine mark protecting me. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
I do.
You came here to help, Solus. I won't let them use that against you.
How would you stop them?
However I had to.
Thank you. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach. Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
Probably not.
You survived, did you not?
Well, yeah,
the
but...
artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
Yeah, I want to have a chat.
I'd be interested in hearing your opinions on elven culture.
I thought you would be more interested in sharing your opinions of elven culture. You are Dalish, are you not?
I don't know what to say to him. I don't want to make him angry.
My people come from the elves who refused to surrender when humans broke their treaty and
he didn't get angry.
Your keeper was not wrong about that, at least. We must mark the occasion of the Dalish remembering something correctly. Perhaps we should plant a tree.
Ooh.
You insult my people.
They insult themselves. Remember, I have walked the memories of the Fade. I have seen the history the Dalish imitate.
Irabellis, Haren. If the Dalish have done you a disservice, I would make that right. What course would you set for them that is better than what they know now?
You are right, of course. The fault is mine, for expecting what the Dalish could never truly accomplish. Irabalas, Stalin.
Oh,
If I can offer any understanding, you have but to ask.
that's nice.
Is the magic they teach in the Circle different from the magic I learned with my people?
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Dalish magic is more practical, not needing chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition. Much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
The legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony. It must have been beautiful.
You said that the censure against blood magic was a superstition.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot.
I'll say.
Most modern cultures forbid blood magic. Publicly, even Devinda disapproves of it. But as I said, Magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
To be honest, I don't see it as different from any other magic. It's a means to an end.
Indeed. The problem is that under the Chantry, blood magic is forbidden, so only criminals practice it. While in Tevinter, magisters compete with each other instead of keeping their volatile friends in check. They always succeed through power, so they have never had the chance to learn another way.
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember Hallam Sharal, but Hallam Sharal was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
Yeah.
Arlathan was the empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish Erebels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
Are all Dalish elves like my clan?
Sad when you think about it.
Your clan was unique in having enough interest in human affairs to send you to spy upon the Divine's meeting. As your clans have been separate for so long, they have all changed, adapting to the lands in which they live. Some are no more than bandits, others trade freely with humans, and some have disappeared entirely into the forests.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Tevinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Is there nothing else to talk about?
Hello.
We've talked about everything. Oh no, I haven't.
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
Yeah.
I'd like to know more about the Breach.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths.
Like Ostagar.
Your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
I'd like to know more about the Veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade, but according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
It sounds like it would be wonderful.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality.
It's fitting that he would approve of that slightly.
Instead, spirits are strange and fearful.
I kind of get the feeling Solus is going to be hard to impress, but we're going to try our best.
I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of such a world, along with the obvious peril.
I'd like to know more about demons.
Your Dalish say that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Uh-huh.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them? If not in peace, at least without such active confrontation.
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
Yay!
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
I'm not done yet. There's still one more I want to talk about.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
I respect you.
You're an apostate, yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
Not the wisest course of action when framed that way.
I know, but I'm
I appreciate
trying.
the work you're doing, Solus. I just wanted to know more about you.
I am sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
Let's see. What can we ask?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new.
Fair.
Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train your will to control magic and withstand possession. Your indomitable focus is an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
I like my side
Indomitable
benefits.
focus.
Presumably. I have yet to see it dominated. I imagine that the sight would be
Okay.
fascinating.
Right, have the little flirty flirt.
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar.
Yeah.
I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real?
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with spirits.
Yeah.
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief and shared my joy. Yet, because they exist without form, as we understand it, the Chantry declares that spirits are not truly people. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
You have an interesting way of looking at the world, Solus.
I try. And that isn't quite an answer.
I look forward to helping you make new friends.
That should be... well...
That isn't quite an answer either. We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Still got stuff to do. People to speak with. Right. What can I do for you?
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
My thanks for any part you played in that.
Yeah. Well, you can pay me back by fixing the world.
Well, I'm trying.
Name's Zidane. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Farewell.
Right, that's that done. Speak with a smith. The war room. The smith. Just so I know where I'm going. Because it's kind of like trying to find your way. It's because this place is a total maze at sometimes. And I don't even know where we're going half the time. I think it's out here. Yeah, here we are. Smith.
If the Inquisition wants to field it needs better horses. I heard Seeker Pentecost might try to acquire suitable mounts from Master Dennett in the Hinterlands.
Oh, and who are you to be fishing around for what the higher...
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work, something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
Goodbye.
Right.
Nah. We spoke to everybody. Okay, let's see. I never got to find the passing notes. But maybe it wouldn't hurt to go and have a look, see if we can find something. I'll set that as active and we'll go and look. But like, where am I meant to look? Really? Die! Oh, sorry. Right, okay. I'm gonna have a mosey around. We're not gonna go that way because that's not the way we want to go. What we're gonna do with a nug skin like, but hey ho. The thing is, the truth is, actually, got an idea. Got to be in here.
I should look around.
Yes, we got them. We got the notes. Right, let's go and give them back. Might make things better for now that we've got those notes. Am I going the right way? I have to assume I am. No, what that is, we don't need it. Can we get rid of it? Yes. Please and thank you. Anyway. Notes. Notes. I got your notes.
You're back. And in one piece.
You said you thought Master Tajan was working on something special. If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
Farewell.
Yay! Alright, so now that's that done. Now we can just go back to what we were doing. Which was... what's this? What's this? What? Set after. Incidentally, if there are side quests to do, I would like to try and do them. So let's go in here now. Just forgot shit to talk about.
Does it trouble you?
I mean, yeah, it's a freaky mark on her hand that could have killed her.
If it wasn't enough to close the breach, what use is it?
You did everything we asked of you.
And it still
And
wasn't
still didn't
enough.
work.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Clearly, you have something in mind.
We do. You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Hello.
It was only for a
Again.
moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montellier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
Anderan Atishan.
You speak Elven.
You've just heard the entirety of it, I'm afraid.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
That was quick.
That didn't take long.
Shouldn't they be busy arguing over who's going to become divine?
Some are calling you, a Dalish elf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
They aren't more concerned about the breach, the real threat.
When you would think.
They do know it's a threat. They just don't think we can stop it.
The Chantry is telling everyone you'll make it worse.
Oh, nice.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the Hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Okay, let's see what else we can do. Well, it's gonna take work, but we'll do our best.
Nothing yet.
Right. First we'll scout the Hinterlands. Which is what we need to do anyway. Not now. Still got work to do.
Let's see what we have.
All right.
Let us begin.
There we go. Right. So everyone's got stuff to do, and we'll leave it at that. And then we'll come back when we're ready to check and go to the Hinterlands. But for now, I want to speak to everybody again and get to know people. Josephine, Solus, Liliana, and Farrak. Cassandra and Colin. Okay. We will start with Josephine.
Only the word. Sing closely. Then the golden city is thine.
Wait, where is Josephine?
Researcher Minay has notes on alloys.
Oh, she's in here.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinian's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Mistress Lavelan, this is the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
People have been injured. You can't just turn them out onto the snow.
And who benefits if they stay?
Divine Justinia, Marquis. The Inquisition, not the Chantry, is sheltering the pilgrims who mourn her.
Why is the Chantry ignoring the faithful?
Because it remains in shock. We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
I apologize for the intrusion. I didn't realize you were meeting with the Marquis.
You did little harm. In truth, the debate was most beneficial as practice for those to come.
I'm sure.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
May I ask, what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montillier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas' politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Still want to get to know her though, so I'm going to speak to her again. But first I'm going to read this. Maybe I need to get closer. Turn and research?
If you find anything, please bring it in.
Oh, you must be the one thinking the research.
Good day to you.
Investigate.
Tell me how you came to work for the Inquisition again.
I'd been considering leaving my post in Antiva for a new challenge when Leliana recruited me. There's such unrest in Thedas, and the Inquisition seems a promising method to stop it. It's to everyone's benefit if we prevent the Mage-Templar conflict from spreading further.
So was it the prospect of stability that drew you here?
The full impact of the Mage Rebellion has yet to be felt, and that was before the death of the Divine. The violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full-scale war.
I can only imagine the bloodshed if it escalates further.
I'm afraid history holds many examples of what will happen if it does.
How do you and Leliana know each other?
We moved through similar circles in Orlais. I believe we actually met in Val Royeaux. Leliana was quite an accomplished player of the game by then.
What's the game?
What exactly do you mean when you say the game?
Forgive me. The game refers to the slow duels of influence among the noble and powerful of Orlais. It's a rather light-hearted name for the matter, but Orlesians are fond of playful touches.
What business are the Montilliers in exactly?
We began as merchants. My ancestors founded the first trade routes to Rivain. We once sent entire fleets across the Waking Sea.
But not anymore.
No. These days, our vessels are a touch more modest.
What did you do before coming here?
I had the great honor of serving Antiva's crown as ambassador to Orlais. I'm also first in line to become the head of House Montillier, though my siblings attend to our mercantile affairs.
How strong are your past loyalties?
I would never have given up
Fair
my position if I
question.
did not intend to fully commit to the Inquisition.
Which is also
We
fair.
cannot fall back on borders. Antiva is as threatened as any country by the rebellions. If anything, the alliances I forged there may help our current cause.
Do you think the Inquisition will continue after we seal the breach?
I think it should.
If we prove ourselves by healing the breach, people may turn to us for other things. Protection, counsel, justice. The Inquisition offered these once to those in need.
Tell me, do you believe I was saved by Andraste at the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I should much like to believe so, Your Worship. The miracles Andraste performed were so long ago, they're difficult to picture. If it were truly her and the Fate who saved you, well, in any case, many already believe you walk in the Maker's light.
Let's speak later.
Another time.
So have I spoke to about everything?
What exactly does your job entail?
I meet with ambassadors from various factions and countries, and cement alliances with them. We are a young cause. Diplomacy is essential to our credibility.
Then you speak for the Inquisition with these nobles?
I do. Someone must foster goodwill on our behalf, as well as prevent controversy as news of us spreads.
How heavily are our actions scrutinized?
Make no mistake. Every noble house, every throne, is waiting to see what the Inquisition does next. Many are willing to pledge support, if offers are made in just the right fashion. I intend to see that they are.
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Sir Griffith of Denerim, a most distinguished knight of the realm. He's defeated darkspawn, slain demons, chased down abominations.
Wow.
Just don't ask him about it over dinner. He spares no detail.
Okay. Right. So I've spoken to you. I don't want to go back there eventually, and we will, but I want to go and speak to everybody else, like Liliana, Farrick, Solus, Cassandra, and Cullen. I think it's important to get to know everybody.
The champions of the just, blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing?
You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
Yeah.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
I'm sorry. Her death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the divine. She led the faithful. She was the heart. If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this.
I feel bad for her.
It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again.
Liliana had such faith, especially in Origins. She had so much faith. I want to talk to you now. Can I not? Liliana.
So it's true. Butler has stand on us. I hope my hunch was wrong.
You knew him well?
Not as well as I thought. Show me the reports. There were so many questions surrounding Farria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Farria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
Glad to see traitors are dealt with quickly.
I mean, I don't know what else to say.
We must do whatever it takes to protect our interests. I am pleased that you agree.
It's good to know that protecting the Inquisition is a priority for you.
Of course. I do not neglect my responsibilities.
I love
We will make
Liliana.
the Inquisition a force to fear. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
Happy? That's a bold thing to say. I want to talk to her more. I want to...
Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming.
I did my
People are terrified,
custom
and it's only
world,
getting worse.
and I want to make sure
The only
it
thing that will
sticks.
calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts. Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
Why do you want me to seek out the rebel mages? Why do you care?
I've known mages. Some of them were better people than me.
When?
And yet I'm free and they're not. It's not right.
It is wrong, isn't it?
They called you the left hand of the Divine.
That they did? What of it?
I'd like to hear about Justinia. What was she like?
A friend. A mentor. Like me, she had secrets, made mistakes. It made her human. I think her followers responded to that.
Was there something more than friendship between you?
You're asking if we were lovers? Typical. I was devoted to her,
Sorry,
therefore
Liliana.
it must be romantic. Love is common. Love is simple. My bond with Justinia was something greater. She was a sister, a mother, a teacher. So, to answer your question, yes, it was more than friendship.
How did you and Justinia meet?
I met her a long time ago, before she became divine. Before she was Justinia. When I met her, she was Mother Dorothea. I was at my lowest. Broken, lost. And she saved me. No, wait. She hates it when I say that. I saved myself. She just showed me it was possible.
We'll talk more later.
No, we'll talk more now.
Let's talk about you.
Me?
Yeah.
Bards tell tales. I bet you tell some good ones.
There are plenty of tales in the library. Perhaps you should look for them there.
What did you do before you worked for the Divine?
I was a bard, an Orlesian spy for many years. For a time I also served a small cloister in Lothering. After the Blight, the Divine called on me to oversee her personal network.
Can you teach me to be a bard?
Being a bard is so much more than being a spy. It involves a keen understanding of politics, the ebb and flow of influence, the great game. The Bard's is an intricate dance where a smile can be sharper than any dagger. The best way to learn is to immerse yourself in it. Perhaps when this is all over, I'll teach you.
Oh, I like that.
I should leave you to your work.
We can always talk later.
So wait, she's not told me anything about the...
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
There we go.
You have a history with the Warden who ended the Blight, don't you?
I count her among my closest friends. She's probably the only person I
Hey!
trust completely.
Yes, we're a girl.
Haven't
Okay.
heard from her in some time. She just disappeared.
Oh.
I try not to think about what might have happened.
Oh, that makes me sad.
They say you spent some time in Lothering. Did you know the champion?
We spoke a few times. I seldom left the
Wow.
Chantry, and we never became more than casual acquaintances. I saw more of the Hawk twins. Bethany in particular. She would spend time in meditation at the Chantry, and she seemed to like my stories.
Oh, that's
The
sweet.
other one, the young man, he was a little surly.
He was.
I did encounter the champion again later in Kirkwall. Those were terrible times.
Was this when the Chantry was destroyed?
No, that happened later. But even then, the news coming out of Kirkwall was disheartening. There were some in Val Rayo who wanted the Divine to declare an exalted march on Kirkwall. Justina sent me there to see if that could be avoided, to gather evidence to calm those agitating for war. I guess it didn't matter in the end.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am.
I think it's great that we're getting to know her.
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
You seem to know Josephine quite well.
I met her a long time ago, but we didn't become good friends until years later. After the Blight, in fact. I'd just returned to Val Rayo, and she welcomed me back by throwing a diplomatic ball. She was the Antivan ambassador at the time, you see. The ball was... alright. Too many politicians. At midnight, Josie and I left to find a real party. We've been friends ever since.
What do you consider a real party?
It's not a real party until someone's small clothes are pinned to a chantry board.
Whoa, okay.
I'm saying about it.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am.
Well, alright. She's very, oh boy.
Need something?
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
No, I've covered everything.
Carry on.
Is there anything else I can ask?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant.
I think I've spoke to Farrag about everything. It's the only people I can really go and talk to are Cassandra and Cullen, because I've spoke to everybody else. So I'll go and speak to Cassandra and Cullen, and then we'll get on with stuff.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I like to stand
At least
out.
I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work. I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new Divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
You've given this a lot of thought.
I know what happens when order is lost, and action comes too late.
And he knows better than most.
Still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Ryden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
When you look at how he's developed over the course of the games, he was awkward in Origins, he grew into himself in Dragon Age 2, and he's confident
Was there something
in...
you needed?
Is there anything
This
I
one.
should know?
Not at present.
Why would Templars break away from the Chantry?
The Order believes the Chantry no longer supports their efforts. Not to the extent they should.
Is there anything I should know?
Not at present.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know.
Fair.
Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
Sounds like Cullen.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the chant of transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages. That sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of Lyrium and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
A life of service
and
shoot. Sacrifice.
Oops.
Are Templars also expected to give up
I didn't mean to do that.
Temptations?
Physical? Why...
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
That's not expected. Templars can marry, although there are rules around it, and the Order must grant permission.
Whoops.
Some may choose to give up more to prove their devotion, but it's...
Sorry, Cullen. No, let's not ask about that.
Before coming here, my keeper suggested I avoid Templars. Do they do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
What do you think of mages,
What
Cullen?
do you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause.
This is admitting it.
I will try not to do so here.
Oh, this is trying.
Mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
13? That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course, but there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical? The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's howling, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Didn't mean to flirt with him. That was an accident. Where is Cassandra? There she is.
Ugh.
How you doing?
Worried? Is it that obvious?
Well, yeah.
I'm afraid so.
Did I do the right thing?
You asking for guidance?
What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I?
Well, not really. Do you want the bridge to get bigger?
My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
Exactly.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone.
And she was that person, but now she's not.
I'm curious. Do you even believe in the Maker?
I'm Dalish. I believe in our own gods.
And there's no room among your gods for one more?
What?
I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
I mean, yeah, you've got a point, but she's Elvish. Of course she's going to believe in her gods before yours. But let's talk a bit more.
I don't actually know much about you.
Yeah, we should talk.
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh? I didn't think your people roamed that far north, but clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
I'd like to get to know you better.
Yeah, let's talk.
You would? Is
Yeah.
that a problem? Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
No motivation beyond making things between us less
antagonistic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As you wish.
So open up,
My name
Cassandra.
is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from.
I'm sure it was.
The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony.
Oh,
Another
okay.
time, perhaps.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus.
Oh
The
dear.
king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a Mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a Mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The Mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis.
Oh my
Navarrans
god.
spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones.
It's awful.
It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
So you are the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
But what does a right hand do, exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You believed in her.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinia knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So, what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that?
Yes.
It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
I'm sure you're just being modest.
I was there. I think I know what happened. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral. But I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died.
Wow.
Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
I think you're a hero, no matter how you downplay it.
Fine. But it was 20 years ago. I will not rest upon my laurels.
I'll let you get back to work.
I like Cassandra.
Greetings.
I have some more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
I don't know if she'll tell with
Tell me
that.
about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak.
I'll let you get...
Yeah, we'll leave it for now. We've got to go back to the chantry anyway. We've got stuff to do there. So I don't have time to be dillying and dallying. I do think it's important to talk to everybody. And I want to talk to people as much as I can, especially Solus, since Solus is the one we're going to be romancing. So I'll go and check on him quickly, and then we will go back to the war room and sort everything out there. How is he doing?
Hello.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
I think we've said everything we can. Alright, let's go back. It's funny that everyone here in Red Guts and wanted we're dead, and now everyone here at least likes us. But it's time to get the ball rolling, and it's time to make some moves. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to summon our war council. Right. Okay. Except... I've got some influence.
Let us begin.
Anything else I can do? Anything in Orlair I can do? Not yet. Right, okay. Yep. You are the only three I have, so I need to bring you with me. So we're going to the Hinterlands now. We're going to get stuff rolling there.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. Well, all of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Yeah, okay.
Ugh. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Yeah, gotta get moving. So, we have to... Well, there's a quest here as well, so we'll pick that up. Who am I speaking to for this? Oh, the requisition officer. Report.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile.
Clear threats at the crossroads. Rifts on the outskirts. Red Lyrium. Hold on the Hinterlands. Yes, we're gonna try and do everything we can. We'll set this as active and we'll head this way first. There's a lot to do out here. And it's easy to get lost out here because it's so bloomin' expansive. Actually, I hope we don't get lost in Hinterlands. Easy does it. Pick up as much as we can. We're gonna try and do everything. There's 2 Fade Rifts here to close and I would like to get them shut. What's this? What is this? What is this? Okay, everybody calm and just let everything out me.
Interesting reading. Could be worth a look.
We gotta find the Fade Rift though. And quite frankly, I ain't got a clue where I'm going. I think it might be up here. Maybe. Perhaps. Okay, keep going. And we'll reach the Fade Rift soon. Oh, here we are. There we go. Hello. I'm here to ruin your life. I can't see a thing. Okay. Something over here. What is it?
Templar bastards killed my husband and stole the ring from his finger. They deserve to die.
You're saying the Templars attacked your husband?
Aye. He was digging out a stump. The fools couldn't tell a shovel from a mage's staff. Had to be safe, they said. Rebels everywhere attacking by surprise, sick bastards. They took the ring I gave him on our wedding day in case it was magic.
Farewell.
That's awful. So how am I going to get that ring back? Right, let's see, what's this? Okay, let's see. I don't want to set that as active because we've got other things to do. Set active. I want to get things set up in the Hinterlands as much as I can. Thing is, Hinterlands are so bloody big.
Excuse me, have you seen another Inquisition scout? Elven woman, answers to writs.
You said your friend hasn't reported back.
Well, she was supposed to be checking on some apostates. I'm on duty here, or I'd go look for her.
I'll talk to you later.
We're going to try and find her as well. There's a lot to do out here, and I want to try and get it all done. Ah, here we'll go to camp.
This would be a good place to set up camp. Nothing to report, sir.
Right. Have a look. Oh, holy lordy. The actor. There's a lot to do. I think we gotta go this way. I don't actually know. I'm just assuming we'll have to go this way. Normally I'm very stick to the story and think about the rest later, but we've gotta do what we're gonna do. And it'll get leveled. Templars.
Since the renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
I hope that we can find the ring that we're looking for. I'll take out all of these. I don't know if these are Templars or what. Excuse me, do you mind?
The fighting between the mages and the Templars has cost too many innocent lives.
Lamb's Wall. And okay, let's keep moving. Okay. Is this where we're headed? In here? And out here? What am I looking for? What is this? Strange bedfellows. Okay. But I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. Where can this person be? Wait. I'm trying to find
Templar deserters.
trying to find this scout. But the truth is, I don't know where to look. I mean, the scout could be anywhere. Covered Winter Watchtower. I wonder if they're up here. Are you the scout?
Do you need anything? I should probably report back.
Okay, I gotta update the scout. Where? Wait. There's a rift here. I wanna go get the rift. Just finding my way around because everything's so topsy-turvy in this place. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just...
I know you. They call you the Herald of Andraste for what you did at Haven.
Yeah.
But are you? The Maker has not told me.
I am the Herald of Andraste.
And do you claim to hold power over the rifts the Maker has opened in the sky?
Yeah.
I can seal rifts, yes.
Then prove it. Show me that the rifts bend to your will, the will of the Maker. Show me the power you wield.
This cult, what are you doing out here? What is it you think is happening?
The Chantry has fallen, and shown its imperfection in doing so. The Chant of Light was a lie. It was arrogance to think that mortal lips could frame the Maker's will, and so we wait in silence. The Maker has opened the sky. Soon he will call his chosen back to the Golden City.
Until later.
Until the Maker brings you back to us.
Yeah.
I suppose it only natural that some would turn to worshipping the breach, if only in hopes of appeasing.
So the rift is here? So this rift's just been chilling here?
human mess.
What would the Inquisition do without our stabilizing influence, Master Tethras?
I assume they just start burning things.
That does sound like most humans I know.
If you gentlemen are quite finished...
Now, don't get touchy. Just here to let you simple humans our help.
Before you cause everything to explode.
Again?
Yeah. Well then. Let's see. I'm not the only one that's got a level here. So is Farrick. And Cassandra. And Solus. What else can I get them to do? Oh, they still learn some thunder. There we go. Okay, we've got more work to do around here.
My lady, your mother and sister must miss you greatly.
Where is this quest? Where is this quest? What is this? Not telling me anything. Unless it's outside. We'll check outside.
Rumors about what caused the explosion that killed the divine.
Let's set up here. Just us climbing up wherever we're going. I'm trying to find this quest. So I know they're here somewhere. It's just blummin' finding them. Make mosaic piece. Well, I guess that's important for something, but I want to know where this... Ooh, hello. I'll take what I can get. Don't die. Hang on a sec. There's rifts to close everywhere.
Father would not want this for you. My father is gone.
Ooh.
Maker's tears. I was a fool to have doubted you. How may we serve you? Herald of Andraste.
Help the refugees.
Have your people help the refugees.
As you say, Herald of Andraste. Some few will remain.
No, we're not done yet. Still got work to do. I gotta get to these other rifts when and as I can. So we're done here. Well, almost done here. We've still got 3 rifts, like 2 more rifts to close, and I don't have a clue where I'm going. I'm going the wrong way. We're going out. So, gonna have to try and find this quest. It's gonna bug us until we find it. But I know the rifts aren't in here. They're out here somewhere. So let's go look for them. Okay. There's one here. There's one here. And there's Lyrium too. So if we deal with the rifts, we can also collect lyrium and do whatever else we need to do out here. Set up camps, all that jazz. I see the rift. Keep them away from me. Oh, that's it. Need to get someone back. Oh, what? We didn't think that one through very well, did we? Oh god, okay. Look.
Let's look around.
No, let's try and do this and do it right. We need to find a way to keep her away from the demons. Because we need her to disrupt the rift while the others do whatever they do. I need to get her close enough to... So, do we take care of the demons first or do we get rid of the rift? So, and this is no joke. If we can at least take down the... Keep that one away from her, she'll be fine. That's it. Get it. No, I can't use that one. We can't use that one. Right, let's wait. Let's play it smart. I don't want anyone dying. Unless it's... Keep an eye on everybody. No, don't take them if you don't need them. Right, let's close it. There we go. Jeez Louise. Right, okay. That's another one done. There's one more rift in this area. But I want to go here. I want to track the red lyrium. And I want to get the red lyrium. I don't know what doing that's going to achieve for us, but we're going to do it anyway. We're doing as much as we can with what we've got. Keep our distance. There's no reason for it to get close and close. There we go. Oh, there's one more. We got him. Lambswell. And what do you have on you? God, nice. Right. We're trying to find a way to this lyrium. Oh, I hear more trouble coming. They're over here somewhere. Hello? Hi. I'm here to ruin your life. There we go. Right. Lyrium. Lyrium. Which way is the lyrium? Sweet. I feel like we're going round in circles. No wonder it's so bloody easy to get lost in the hinterlands, but that's why I want to try and explore everywhere so I know where the hell I'm going at any given time. I think we're getting close though. But is going near the lyrium going to be dangerous? Is it in here? Barriers can be... So it is in here. Ah, and there's demons in here. Well, we're definitely onto something. Now you're not killing us here. Didn't come all this way to die. The lyrium's in here somewhere. And we're gonna get it. Even if I don't want to go any further in here.
Oh. Red lyrium and a would-be miner, I believe.
There we go. Good job, everybody. Right, now where can we go? Go get this rift. And what's this? A landmark. It's important to get the landmarks too. Drakestone actually might be good for something. Right, we're gonna close rift number 3 in Dwarfson's Pass. And then we'll be done with the rifts in this area. Collecting stuff on the way might be come in handy. Can make better armor for our characters so we don't die from things like Templars and mages and demons and Lord knows what else we're gonna meet in this place. Yeah. So just going around picking up some Drakestone. Oh, I need to get up there. Well, if I can't get up there, there's no point in trying to get it. And I hope I didn't scare that nug, because I'm not trying to scare the nugs. Shadow Essence. I wonder if any of this is actually going to come in handy for anything. Drakestone. Right, time to go and find this other rift. Wait, there's people that need leveled up. Again? Really? Good sirs, I just did it a while ago and you already need it again? You know, I don't know if we're doing the right thing with these people. Can't do anything there. What about you? How are you? You have no points. So they all get something and you don't? Well, that's fair. We're going to find this next rift. Whoa, we found it already? Hey, look at that! Come on, get it down. Before they reach here, that's it. Good job. Hey, excuse me, I'm busy here trying to sort out this rift. Ha! Got it. Excuse me, get off me! I need you to disrupt the rift. I'll close it too, that's good. Right, that's all the... That's all the rifts taken care of in this place that we're in. And it might have been a bit tough, but we did it. We persevered. Now we're just gonna deal with all the enemies that's hanging around. I mean, why would you come running at someone who has a sword? There we go.
The
Right.
apostates have fled to the hills.
Let's keep going. Because we're looking for a landmark. So much to do in the Hinterlands. It's insane. There's 17 landmarks to discover, and I've only seen one. And that was by chance. I mean, like, you could wander the Hinterlands for years and you probably wouldn't even get anywhere, get everywhere. Though, I will admit that Dragon Age Inquisition works more as an open world game because it's such an expansive universe. And yes, I know there's things to find, but that's not my concern right now. Hey! Hi! There we go. Can we loot anybody? Anyone to loot? No? Alright, let's keep moving. For this landscape. It's somewhere, I know it is. Have I went past it? No, I don't think we're getting up there. Have I missed a turn somewhere? It's literally up here. How on the heavens to Betsy am I going to get up there? I want to get up there. I just don't think we're going to. I need a path. I need a path up this rock. I want to get my landscape. Please. Let me have my landscape. Oh. Ooh. Is that a path? It is. Ah, we'll have a path. And we're going to get the landscape. There it is. We're close. I can see it. I can't see it, but I know we're close because it's coming up that we're close. There it is. Right. Now what? Grandma's cabin key. Okay. this? Hungarian apostate. Everything else is over here. Alright, I think we're going to save it here and leave it here, because this is going to take a while. So, like, comment, subscribe, enjoy the video, and let's keep going with this.